Hey there, it's Kathy at One Sweet Shop Crafts. Wanted to show you a little bit of something that I do when I'm embellishing some of my scrapbooks or my albums. I'm always seem to be making flowers. It seems to be something that I like to do all the time. So on the weekend I try to put a few together. And I wanted to show you a few sets of the ones that I have done. And these are different flowers that I've put together from I use a 2-inch craft punch. And I like to do this style of flower because it seems to be versatile. You can use it for just about anything. You can insert it into cards when you're writing cards to people. You can stick it on a bookmark. You can decorate packages with it. I've made baby parcels covered in flowers, or even potted plants and made an arrangement of little paper flowers on the potted plants with a teddy bear in it. I've used these for so many things. I fill my scrapbooks full with them and stuff. So I was just going to show you some of the different pieces that I use inside of these and how I get them to look kind of more lifelike like this. And it all has to do with, it took me a long time to learn this, but it all has to do with the way that you're inking them. And it seems like it took me a long time to figure out the inking process, but what it was is that I just didn't have the right tools. And because I didn't have access to some of the things, I couldn't do the same kind of inking I'd seen other people doing. So I'm going to show you, I don't know if I have one that's not inked. No, I guess I've got, these are all inked already. Let's see if I can find one that's not inked that I can show you. I probably have something that's plain here. Well, these aren't inked. I could show you one of these. Anyway, so this is one of the flowers, and this is like a 2-inch punch on this side, and there's 2 pieces on here. And this one here I've actually done, I'll show you them later, but I've actually done them with a polka dot. And I love to put the polka dots on them. It's something new that I've been working on. I'm not sure if you can see that. But I just love to do the polka dots. So all I'm doing, and you know, it all has to do with tools and things. If you have the right tools, it's like, yay. Where's my little inker? There it is. There it is. And with my inker, I usually do this before I put them together. And I just do the edges. But I should be able to do this one even with it glued together already. And just to ink the edges. And it's just to give it a little bit more dimension. Most of the time I get inside the sides too. I'll show you a center. Say this one here. This is punched from my Cricut. And I would just kind of go around all these edges here. And then this would be the center inside of this flower here. And then I probably find something with another dimension. I usually go 3 or 4 layers. And then, of course, well, I would ink this too, because even though it's a dark center, it'll still show up. Once it's on, you'll see that little bit of hint of brown. That doesn't quite match it. I wouldn't put that on a purple flower. But it's just to show you, that's one of the pieces that I have left over here. Here's a small one. And that's kind of the same design as what's that larger 1.5-inch piece in there. So usually my flowers have 4 or 5 separate pieces in them. And then that. And then I'll be putting something smaller in the center, which would be probably a 1/4-inch punch or an 1/8. And it'll be like that. And then I'll probably put a dot or something in the center, kind of like I do here with this little small dot, or in here with a small dot, just because it makes it pop a little bit when you're using the different colors. I think I'd go a darker purple with this, where this burgundy one is. I put a darker purple in. But I just thought I'd show you how you can glue them together, and just by using different punches. I do have a Cricut too, so sometimes I cut some of the ones with Cricut, and I can get designs like that or that. And I usually do them in a 1.5 or 1 1/4 sizing, just so that they fit very, very well in the centers of these 2-inch flowers. because that way when you stick the center in, it looks so nice. And they all, once you build up all the layers, it starts to pop a little bit. I have quite a few packages of this set itself. I think I have 15 packages right now of these, but I'm going to show you another one. These ones here, I actually make using three different 2-inch petal colors, and I kind of loop them so it looks like it's swirling around. Kind of reminds me of candy, actually, when they're done. And then I use, these ones I ink too. I use the different layers in them to give them all dimensions. These ones I used a type of a Cricut punch that I had cut out with my Cricut machine. I used the Mother's Day bouquet cartridge. It's really hard to find. I got it quite a few years back when I really wanted to do. That one needs a center yet. This one has another one here. This one has another one here. Just all sorts of different designs. This one here, actually, my mother was helping me design, and it turned out so beautiful. We were actually putting them out at Valentine's Day, and people were using them as card inserts. And that one there with the three, I love the 3 colors. It just makes them pop in a different way. And this one here actually has a 3-inch flower in the back. And it kind of gives it that little star appeal. I put a little snowflake in the center. So probably for a Christmas flower or a Christmas album or something, I might put those in. This one has a star too on the back side of the three petals. And it all depends on which way you lay the petals out on the actual flower as to what it looks like in the end. I love these pink ones. I think they're my favorite. I'm going to show you something else, so I'm bumping the camera. I'm going to show you something else I'm working on. This is something new I'm trying. I am making polka dot flowers because I seem to really like the polka dots this year. I want to do something different, and polka dots is not something that I normally do. And I thought, you know, I'm going to try something different. And so I was making a collection of flowers that aren't shaded at all, but they are polka dot. And I actually have to paint all those polka dots. They don't just happen. I take a long time to actually sit there, maybe when I'm watching a video or something, and I'll be sitting, listening to the video and painting polka dots. This one here was a little different design. This one here, I was actually doing little lines on the polka dots. And then they have to dry for a few days before you can actually put the flower together. Do you know, like lots of times I'll do this stuff and then I'll polka dot these ones afterwards, after everything's been put together. And I like white polka dots. I haven't tried too many black polka dots, but I did do one here. I'll show you this one. Not sure if I love the black polka dots, but I'm trying it, and I'm going to see how I can make it pop as maybe a Christmas flower or something like that, or in an album for Christmas flowers. I'm still going to put some black polka dots yet on the red, and maybe I'll put white on the green, and then I'll put some other type of center in. I haven't quite decided yet. This was just kind of trial and error. I wanted to see how it turned out as a big collection. So you may see these pop up on my Etsy store. Eventually, I'm going to show you some odd ones that I cut out with my Cricut, since I'm on the flower thing here today, and my desk is absolutely covered in them, because I'm always working on them. I'm going to show you some of these ones. And these ones turned out so good, and there's so many different designs of them. These are a larger flower that I cut out with my Cricut. So those are about a 3-inch flower. And I use different centers. Some of them have little embellishment centers. Some have paper centers. So it'll all depend on how they actually sit flat or whatever. That one there has some little lines in it. I just changed it up a little bit to try something new. I always like to dare to be different. Here's another purple one. There's another little blue one. But I'm just trying different things because I just love to see what's going to turn out, what they look like when they're all done, and whether or not I'm going to love to use them inside my albums. So these ones will probably go into my scrapbook album because these are kind of 1 or 2 or 3 of a kinds. I don't really have a set of them at all. But I think they'll be a lot of fun when I start to do up the pages, and I want to add a little bit of color and make it pop. And then I'll add cardstock photo layouts to probably match all the different colors that I've used inside the flowers, and it'll make the whole page pop. Someday I'll share my scrap albums with you. They're pretty phenomenal. I have to figure out a way yet to cover up all the kids' faces, because they may not want to have their faces out in Neverland. But once I do, I'll show you, because I have a lot of albums filled with some pretty spectacular photo page layouts. Here's some more. I've got a whole bag of these started where I'm trying different designs and stuff with them. So I bag everything up, and then once in a while I pull them out and start using them again. So, but I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll be showing you a lot more videos that I'll have to come. I have a lot of these sets. These sets here will probably be going out into my Etsy store, and I'll sell them as a collection of like 20 flowers or something like that, 22-inch flowers, or maybe 25 2-inch flowers. I'm not quite sure how many is in here yet. I have a whole nother pile there, so I can always add a few more if I need to. But anyway, thanks for watching my video, and I hope that maybe you're inspired to make a few flowers of your own that are thinking just a little bit outside that box. Anyway, bye-bye.